Talent can make a footballer famous overnight, but talent alone does not guarantee a legendary career. Some of the players on this list won major trophies. Others produced performances that football fans still remember today. But when you compare their achievements with the ability they once showed, the same question remains: what could they have become? This ranking is based on the difference between each player's potential and the career he ultimately produced. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Peak Selects. These are 10 footballers who never fully reached their potential. Number 10, Bojan Krkić. Before Barcelona fans began searching for the next superstar from La Masia, they believed they had already found one in Bojan Krkić. Bojan scored hundreds of goals in Barcelona's youth system before entering the senior team at only 17. He scored 12 goals during his first season and appeared comfortable alongside some of the best players in the world. But every early achievement created even greater expectations. Bojan was constantly compared with Lionel Messi while competing for playing time in a team filled with established stars. He later represented clubs including Roma, Milan, Ajax and Stoke City. He still produced a respectable professional career, but never became the global superstar his teenage breakthrough appeared to promise. Number 9, Hatem Ben Arfa. Few players could make dribbling look as natural as Hatem Ben Arfa. His balance, close control and acceleration allowed him to escape situations that appeared impossible. On his best days, he could receive the ball, beat several defenders and create a goal almost entirely by himself. But elite football is not decided by occasional moments of brilliance. Fitness problems, disagreements and inconsistent performances repeatedly interrupted Ben Arfa's progress. At several clubs, he showed enough ability to convince supporters that he was finally ready to become a world-class player. That form never lasted. His career produced a collection of spectacular goals and individual performances, but not the consistent dominance that his natural ability suggested was possible. Number 8, Jack Wilshere. Jack Wilshere once looked like the future of both Arsenal and England. At only 19, he delivered an outstanding performance during Arsenal's victory over Barcelona in 2011. Against one of the greatest midfields ever assembled, Wilshere appeared calm, aggressive and technically secure. He could escape pressure, carry the ball forward and control the tempo of a match. Arsenal appeared to have found a midfielder capable of leading the team for the next decade. Then the injuries began. A serious ankle problem caused Wilshere to miss an entire season. Further ankle and leg injuries repeatedly stopped his momentum. Every time he returned and began playing regularly, another setback forced him to start again. Wilshere eventually retired at only 30. His best performances showed what he could have become, but his body never allowed that version of him to last. Number 7, Alexandre Pato. When Alexandre Pato arrived in Milan, he appeared to have everything required to become one of the world's best strikers. He scored on his Serie A debut at 18 and immediately looked comfortable alongside established stars. He had the speed to run behind defenders, the technique to combine in tight spaces and the composure to finish difficult chances. For such a young striker, his game appeared unusually complete. But recurring muscular injuries destroyed his momentum. Pato would return, begin scoring and then disappear from the team again. Milan could never build its attack around a player whose availability was so unpredictable. He eventually left European football while still only 23. His decline was not caused by a lack of talent. His body simply could not provide the consistency his ability required. Number 6, Mario Götze. Mario Götze's place on this list may appear strange. After all, he scored the goal that won Germany the 2014 World Cup. But that moment also demonstrates how much was expected from him. Before turning 22, Götze had already helped Borussia Dortmund win major titles and had become one of Europe's most exciting attacking midfielders. His movement, awareness and first touch made him look like a player capable of defining his generation. He later moved to Bayern Munich but struggled to secure a permanent role. Physical problems continued, and in 2017 he was diagnosed with a metabolic disorder that kept him away from football. Götze continued his career and produced more good performances, but never became the dominant world-class playmaker many expected. He owns an immortal moment, yet his career never consistently reached the same height. Number 5, Dele Alli. Dele Alli's rise was remarkably fast. After joining Tottenham, he became one of the Premier League's most productive young midfielders. He won the PFA Young Player of the Year award in consecutive seasons and scored 22 goals in all competitions during the 2016-17 campaign. He was only 21. Dele's greatest strength was his movement. He found space between defenders, made perfectly timed runs and regularly appeared inside the penalty area at the right moment. But tactical changes, fitness problems, declining confidence and serious personal struggles gradually affected his football. The player who once appeared certain to remain at the highest level lost both his role and momentum. His decline should not simply be explained as laziness or poor discipline. Dele has spoken publicly about difficult experiences away from football. His story shows that talent can be affected by problems that supporters cannot see. Number 4. Eden Hazard. Eden Hazard was not a failed footballer. At Chelsea, he was genuinely one of the best players in the world. He scored 110 goals in 352 appearances, won 2 Premier League titles and was named Chelsea's Player of the Year 4 times. His acceleration, balance and close control made him extremely difficult to stop. That is why the final part of his career feels so incomplete. Hazard joined Real Madrid in 2019 at 28, theoretically the perfect age to enter his absolute peak. Instead, injuries repeatedly kept him out of the team. He never established consistent rhythm, and the player who had dominated English football appeared only briefly. Hazard retired at 32. He achieved far more than most professional players, but his years in Madrid were expected to complete a legendary career. Instead, they created one final question: how much more could he have achieved with a healthy body? Number 3. Antonio Cassano. Antonio Cassano's natural ability was obvious from the beginning. As a teenager with Bari, he scored a famous goal against Inter that displayed his control, confidence and creativity. He could receive difficult passes, identify openings before defenders reacted and create chances with almost no space. Cassano later represented Roma, Real Madrid, Sampdoria, Milan and Inter. He won major trophies and helped Italy reach the Euro 2012 final. But his career was also affected by fitness problems, arguments and difficult relationships with managers and clubs. He was capable of deciding matches through instinct alone, but natural ability could not replace consistency and preparation forever. Cassano still had a successful career. However, those who watched him at his best believed he possessed enough talent to become one of Italy's defining attackers. He never maintained that level for long enough. Number 2. Mario Balotelli. Mario Balotelli possessed almost every physical and technical quality a striker could want. He was powerful, quick and capable of scoring from almost anywhere. Before reaching his mid-20s, he had already won major trophies in Italy and England. At Euro 2012, Balotelli scored twice against Germany and produced one of the tournament's most memorable individual performances. That match appeared to announce his arrival among the world's elite. Instead, his career became a series of new beginnings. Disciplinary incidents, tactical disagreements and inconsistent performances repeatedly interrupted his progress. At every new club, supporters believed the right manager or environment would finally unlock his full potential. It never happened for long. Balotelli's career was not empty, but a player with his strength, technique and confidence should have competed among the world's best strikers for many years. Number 1. Adriano. At his peak, Adriano looked almost impossible to defend. He had the strength to overpower centre-backs, the speed to attack open space and one of the most powerful left-footed shots in football. He could score from distance, finish inside the penalty area and create opportunities through pure force. In 2004, Adriano led Brazil to the Copa America title as the tournament's leading scorer. 1 year later, he starred again as Brazil won the Confederations Cup. At Inter, he became known as the Emperor. For a short period, he looked capable of becoming the most dominant striker in the world. Then his life changed. After the death of his father, Adriano struggled with grief, depression and alcohol. His fitness and performances declined, while long absences began replacing the displays that had made him a superstar. His story should not be treated as a joke or explained as simple irresponsibility. Adriano was dealing with serious personal pain while playing under enormous public pressure. Football did not lose an ordinary prospect. It lost a striker who, at his best, looked capable of defining an era. For the size of the gap between his peak and what his complete career could have become, Adriano takes the number 1 position. These players prove that talent is only the beginning. Injuries, pressure, mental health, unstable environments and personal decisions can completely change a footballer's career. Some names on this list still achieved more than most professionals ever will, but each of them showed a level that made supporters expect even more. Which player do you believe had the greatest unrealized potential? Thanks for watching Peak Selects. If you enjoyed the video, like it, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for more football rankings, records and stories.